Maher rips leftists for attacking RFK Jr.'s wife. He said, even the Mafia doesn't do that. It's despicable. If anyone goes against the grain, if anyone have any way of thinking that's different from the majority of the Democrats, then they attack you. It's despicable because who else does that? Who else attacks their own? It's evil. It's dirty that you would do that just because someone have different opinion and they decide to endorse someone else. You're gonna attack them. It reminds me of the same things going on in the black community with Ricky Smiley telling people if you're black and someone in your family or your friend is supporting Donald Trump, you should immediately block them on Facebook and stuff like that. Like, who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? It's so evil and it's so dirty. So we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account as well. So check me out there as well. All right, so let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Wire. And they report that liberal comedian Bill Maher slammed the political left this week for attacking Cheryl Hines, the wife of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., over her husband's decision to endorse Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, which is a shame because I loved her in Curb Your Enthusiasm, even though, you know, Larry David is a leftist and his show kind of tailored to a lot of the points on the left. I think it still was a really good show. I still watch that show. And Cheryl was his wife and then turned ex-wife on that show, and she did a really good job, a really good job in that show, one of my favorite shows of all time. So this is just a shame that they attacking that poor lady. But Maher made the remarks Friday evening on his HBO show Real Time while discussing the attacks that the actress has faced since her husband made the endorsement last month. And I had no idea about all of that. But let's get to the clip. Here we go.
A couple of weeks ago, Bobby Kennedy, scion of the most storied dynasty in Democratic Party history, dropped out of the presidential race and threw his support not to the Democrat, but to Trump. And everyone all at once said the same thing. Bobby Kennedy did something weird? A Kennedy in league with a Republican? Why, that's like ordering white wine with Bear. Now look, I like Bobby and always will. And there are things he has been right about that no one else would touch. But yes, I also think he's weird. I couldn't support him for president.
What is weird about what he's saying about how well, I just remember what platform I'm on. I just did a Patreon earlier on the Jabby Jabs. I was just about to allude to some of his beliefs on that, and then I realized what platform I was on. So y'all know where I'm going though. Y'all know where I'm going.
His wife is Cheryl Hines, who Larry David was quoted as describing as the best person I've ever met, the one person in Hollywood who doesn't have a single enemy. Well, now she does. Because she didn't throw her husband under the bus when her husband made a decision about something which she's made plain she disagrees with, but that didn't satisfy the obnoxious posers on the aforementioned far left. Thousands tweet screamed at Cheryl things like, "How do you live with yourself? Do better. I can't even enjoy the episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm with you in them anymore. It's no wonder Larry divorced you."
What? What is wrong with people? This is an imaginary show. Are you for real? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a character on TV, but okay.
That shows you how crazy they are. That shows you how crazy the left is. They can't tell the difference between what's real, what's reality, and what's not. They said no wonder Larry divorced you on the show. On the show though, wow, it's crazy. These people are crazy.
The tweet that got the most attention was from actor Bradley Whitford, who wrote, "Hey, Cheryl Hines, way to stay silent while your lunatic husband throws his support behind the adjudicated rapist who brags about stripping women of their fundamental rights. Gutsy. Great example for the kids, profile and courage." Yeah. Well, you know what I think is not gutsy? Mansplaining to a woman, but of course not to her face.
Right. I told y'all they soft, low T. They really pussies, man. They really ain't about that life. That's why they can have these Twitter fingers, but he wouldn't dare say anything like that to her face. I definitely agree with with Bill Maher on that. And if he do get in her face, do you see Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? I've never seen a man that age that fit. He would knock his pussy ass out. Excuse the language. Y'all know I normally don't curse, but this calls for a little profanity because it's just outright ridiculous what's going on here.
How she should sacrifice her marriage. Also, you could read something on Twitter that met with your approval. You want to know why I have a bug up my ass about the left more than I used to? It's shit like this. There's an ugliness they never used to have. The liberals I grew up respecting, none of them are like this. Going after the wife, even the Mafia doesn't do that. There's a lot of people these days who I call liberals in theory. In theory, they hate bullying. Terrible. In practice, their attitude is, it's not bullying when I stick your head in the toilet.
Right?
In theory, liberals are compassionate. In practice, this guy can't even understand one of the most basic dilemmas common to all humans, that when you're married, sometimes you have to swallow some shit.
Facts. Wow, that was awesome. I love that. That was great. Sometimes Bill Maher be having them great takes, and this was another one of them. With the left, how the left treated that poor woman just because of her husband and his beliefs is despicable. And even it's okay to disagree with people too. They hate that you have a different point of view. They can't stand it. If they think if you don't not lockstepping with them, then they believe it's okay for them to attack you and berate you like they doing that poor lady. But let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.